Alright, so we left off in the last video kind of editing the top so it's a little bit more noticeable, but it leaves the rest of our flyer kind of boring and not very noticeable. And so what we need to do to start is we're going to double click on how, and I actually want you guys to highlight all the rest of the words all the way from how, and I'm going to drag that all the way to the end where it says hand washing tips. And so we want to highlight everything else that we have yet to change. The first step to make something a little bit more noticeable is to click on that font size and let's increase the font. Let's see if we could change it to size 20. And I'm going to see if it all fits on one page. It does, which is awesome. Okay, we might need to change it a little bit later, but for now I think we're okay. Next, I want you to select wet these first sentences we typed here with the periods underneath how and before when. Highlight those right there, and we want to make that a numbered list. Just because it's like a process. First you wet your hands, then you lather your hands, you scrub them for at least 20 seconds, rinse them and dry. It's kind of like a process. And so what we're going to do is after highlighting, right there is the numbered list button. We're going to tap on that, and we are going to choose just this first one right here. There's a couple different formats we could choose. We're going to go with a very basic one. So it should look like that. As for the bottom, it says when. It's not necessarily like a numbered list or anything, and so we're going to make this a bulleted list instead. So highlight from after eating all the way down to garbage. This last line where it says visit food workers, that's going to be like our signature line of the flyer, or like one last attempt to gauge your attention or gain your attention to go to the website. So after highlighting that, right next to that numbered list, you will see that there's a button right here for bullets, and they do have a couple different ones. For this project, we're just going to do the standard round bullet. So our flyer kind of looks like this. All right, now looking at this foodworkers.com, it's a hyperlink, and so if I click it, it will give me a couple options. I could open that link, I could copy it, I could edit it. I'm actually going to open it, see if it even takes me anywhere. Oh, looks like it's a domain for sale. Doesn't even go anywhere. Let me go back over here. So since the link doesn't work, also if we're going to print these flyers, it's not like someone could click the link on a piece of paper. So I want you to click on this, and we're going to edit that link. We're actually going to remove it. If we wanted that link to take us to an actual website, we could type that in. But we're just going to go ahead and hit this red button that says remove. And that will remove the formatting as well, so no one thinks that it is a hyperlink. After doing so, go ahead and select this entire bottom line. We're going to try and keep things symmetrical, and so go to that paragraph formatting button again and click the center button. All right, now with this bottom line, we want to keep kind of like some consistency in our flyer. So we're going to change that font color, which we've learned about, and you'll notice that that custom font color you all created is now in our recent colors. And so we want to keep everything uniform, similar colors, and so we're going to choose for that bottom line to be the same color as like up top here. So if I zoom out, I'll use my view and I'll go to one page, hit it again. So far our flyer looks just like this. Now we do want to draw attention at the bottom to like additional hand washing tips. And so in order to draw some attention to that, we are going to underline it. And if we go to the home tab, we already bolded the title. Now we're going to underline that last part of visit www.foodworkers.com for additional hand washing tips. Okay, now we've done bold, we've done underline. The last one we have to kind of practice is that italicize. That just means it's a different way to draw attention. And so up at the top here, I want you to find the word prevent. And you could highlight that word by double clicking. It's actually kind of cool. When you double click a word, it will allow you to like define it. You can cut it, copy, paste. It gives you a bunch of options that you wouldn't necessarily get on a computer. And so if you highlight it, we're going to use that slanted I, and that will italicize it. It's just another subtle way to draw a little additional attention to the word prevent. All right, so we've done that. What I want you to do, for these steps, we kind of want to draw attention to those keywords: wet, lather, scrub, rinse, and dry. Those are kind of the keywords. So what we're going to do is bold, wet, double tap, bold, lather, double tap, bold, scrub, bold, rinse, and then bold, dry. All right, so we've started, like I said, our flyer's really taken shape here. It's starting to look way better than at the beginning when it was just plain old text. Okay, at this point, what I want you guys to do is make sure if you go over to these three dots over here, you click on that, we want to make sure to save our progress. Right now I have, if you look at my OneDrive, I do have a Tech Apps folder, Word Module 1. Right now it's named Document 1. We always want to make sure that it has a proper name. And so this one we want to call Wash Your Hands. And I'm even going to put an exclamation point because it's more important than ever. So make sure it has a name. I want to save it in my Word Module 1 folder, and you should do the same. If you wanted to, you could create individual folders, but I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right. Something went wrong. Hopefully something didn't go wrong for yours. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I save it, but make sure you save it to your OneDrive. Like I said, Tech Apps, Word Module 1. I will go ahead and save mine. So wash your hands. Maybe I can't have that exclamation point. Wash your hands, save. Oh, maybe I'm running into an error. Let me save it and we'll continue on the next video.